My name is Private Detective Ralph Winslow, and I've worked in this town for many years, working my way up through the local police force before realizing working for the government was a waste of my talent, and I branched out on my own. This town, a quiet little town, nestled between a beautiful mountain range and a scenic coastline. Not much happens here aside from the occasional burglary. People walk by with a smile on their face, and life goes on. That all changed one cold November afternoon when she walked into my office. It had been an afternoon of hard drinking, paperwork, and typing when I heard a knock upon my door.
Come in. Would you like to have a seat, miss?
Jenkins, Casey Jenkins.
Please have a seat. And how may I be of service?
It's my husband, Detective Winslow. He's been murdered.
Murdered? In this town?
I'm afraid so, Detective.
I'm gonna need all the details you can give me.
Francis Jenkins.
And that's his name?
Yes. Well, it was around 2 p.m. yesterday. I was in the kitchen washing up dishes after lunch when my husband had to retrieve some tools from the barn. I saw him walk outside and into the yard, and my eyes looked away as he entered, and then...
And then?
I heard gunshots, 2 of them.
2 of them?
I ran outside to find my darling husband laying in a pool of blood.
Have you contacted the authorities?
Of course. I phoned 911 and an ambulance arrived along with the police. But it's no use. They can't solve anything, which is why I came to you. I hear you can solve anything.
Well, you flatter me. I'll do the best I can. You have my word.
You can come by my house anytime, Detective, to take a look around for yourself.
Of course.
Many cases have come into my office, some big, some small. In these cases, it's always not who fired the gun, but who paid for the bullet. They say that for every detective, there's the case that makes you and the case that breaks you. I found that case as I arrived in the driveway of Casey Jenkins.
It's good to see you, Detective. Won't you come in?
Of course. Thank you. Do you have anything of your husband's I could look at?
Nothing but a cell phone. Would you like to see that?
Of course, anything helps.
Here you go, Detective.
Thank you.
In the contacts of the phone, I noticed a familiar name, Mr. Beck. Mr. Beck was part of the Sanford Health Insurance Department along with his shady boss, Alex Rosewater. I never suspected them of murder, but it was a start.
So may I take a look at the barn?
Of course, Detective. Go right ahead.
All right. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Mr. Beck and Alex Rosewater have always been involved in shady dealings, but never murder. They couldn't possibly be involved, could they?
Now who just might you be?
I'm Private Detective Ralph Winslow, and I'm investigating the murder of one Francis Jenkins.
My office is only reserved for appointments only.
Too bad I wasn't asking. Spill it. Tell me what you know.
Here it is. Francis Jenkins was recently added to a healthy insurance policy. If you want further information, you have to talk to my boss, Mr. Rosewater.
May I speak to him?
Mr. Rosewater is very busy and doesn't have time for any washed up detectives.
I see. Tell your boss if he wanted to hire Moody's secretary, he should have hired a woman.
If you want to talk to him with such urgency, I'll give him a call.
That's what I thought you'd say.
He's not picking up. That wouldn't be good for you. Mr. Rosewater, I'll bill you monetarily.
So, Mr. Detective, I hear you want to have some words with me.
I do. What do you know about...
I'll tell you what I do know. I'm not going to sit here and take any lip from a two-bit detective that has nothing better to do than play dress-up.
Give me answers, you spineless worm.
If only you knew the bigger picture here, Detective. You should just go on your merry way and go ahead and live another day.
I need answers.
No, you need to go. This is my office. I need you to leave now.
Alright, I'm coming back for you and your lapdog.
If you say so, Mr. Detective.
It just doesn't add up. I believe that Alex may have been involved in the murder of Francis Jenkins, but there's no evidence to convict him. Maybe I did leave something behind at the crime scene. My thoughts are interrupted as I receive a phone call. Mrs. Jenkins, I was just headed your way.
You have to hurry, Detective. That awful Mr. Rosewater is here threatening my life. If I don't give him the money he needs, you must hurry before he...
Casey! Casey! I arrived in the backyard of Casey Jenkins' house, not knowing the danger that lied just beyond the trees. And then it hit me, like a strong breeze on a cold winter's night. How come I didn't see it before? The wife, the massive insurance payout, the suspicious death. It had been fraud all along, and I was caught right in the middle of it.
Go.
Excellent job, Detective. Truly you're a world-class investigator. Now that the answer is a gun pointed in front of you, you finally figured out who the killer was.
I don't get it. This doesn't make any sense.
I was in love with that damn fool. I paid him to murder my husband. We was gonna run off with the payoff money and let you take the fall for it. But my dumb dud fiance couldn't take you down. So I had to take both of you out. Killing two birds at one stone, as the saying goes.
They say that for every detective, there's the case that makes you, and then the case that breaks you. I found that case in the beautifully dangerous woman known as Casey Jenkins, proving murders like these to be the case of, it's not who fired the gun, but who paid for the bullet.
I see you got me figured out. You think I'm just your average Joe. You size me up with just one look. You snubbed your nose and told me no. Don't be fooled by what you see. That's just your point of view. 'Cause baby, I can live large too. I keep a pen behind my ear. I know it may look uptight, but I replace that pen with a cigarette when I go out at night. I wouldn't loosen up my tie while I spend time with you. 'Cause baby, I can live large too. If all the world's a stage, then I'm your leading man. And baby, when you're with me, I don't know turns into yes I can. I'd bring bring you flowers every day to ensure that they don't wilt. If you give me your okay, I'll give my old hat a tilt. We could live the good life, living large is what we'll do. And baby, you can live large too. 'Cause baby, I wanna be living large with you.